watching more Fleekazoid video, the best survival game ever made. Project Zomboid. Start.
Do you enjoy having high
Subtitles
levels of
because I'm
cortisol in
deaf.
your brain?
Here I come.
Would you like to spend 10 hours grinding a character only to die because it's too dark to find
Yeah,
the exit
that's
to the
the
room?
pain.
If you said yes, sure, or ye roof, shout out to the Brits out there.
Yeah,
Look
bro.
no further than Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is the newest latest trip and fall simulator.
Yeah, it's still in early access, so you get updates now and then. It's been in early access since it released, which is 2013. Sheesh. A 13-year game. Yeah, still in early access, and now they updated to build 42, which you can craft stuff and be like a medieval blacksmith or something. Yeah. I love it.
Constructed as a service to raise your blood pressure and induce aneurysms. A game where guns are useless air horns and frying pans reign as the supreme tools for zombie genocide. You play
I mean, you need to level up your aiming, but if you're a newbie, please do not use the guns. You will regret it. Or I dare you use the guns. You will have a very good time shooting all the zombie missing, and also sometimes your gun stuck. Yeah, I watch a lot of Zomboid playthrough, especially the ones with a storyline, like from zero to hero kind of thing. I can't say I'm the best Zomboid player there. I can't even survive the first week unless I live in the woods, away from the hustle and bustling cities of zombies. Take a few canned food or something, build a house in the lush greenery of the forest area. In front of me is a lake. Yeah, sure, I can live out my 7 days. Or maybe even longer.
as a Kentuckian whomst you must craft yourself, going through the arduous process of deciding what will go into your Twitter bio and what will define
The
your
balding
character
man.
as a survivor in the brave new world. This is a game where you can do everything or do nothing and equally accomplish the same main mission of the game. However, a
I
free tip
know.
for the aspiring Chad is to avoid
Wait, they can push you out.
accomplish the same main mission of the game. However, a free tip for the aspiring Chad is to avoid running when you're exhausted.
That's so new. I didn't know that. I thought if you go in through the window and there's a zombie in front of you, you're gonna get bitten 100%. I didn't know that they will push you out like that. Wow.
Is to avoid running when you're exhausted, or you will trip and die, which is the most bitch-made way to die in this game. I mean, not that I would know anything about that. Now join me as
Well, to be honest, in real life, I think my lore is gonna be like I survived one day and suddenly I tripped and died due to a banana peel, you know?
I talk about this version of Minecraft made for fully grown masochists that will get you so addicted that you will stop
Oh,
eating,
no.
drinking, and sleeping in real life so that you can do all those things in game instead.
That's not me.
Character creation in this game is essentially just choosing how mentally ill you want your character to be in order to get so and you will then reinvest these points into
Not the ice cream! Hello! One more time. I just need to see that.
you want your character to be in order to get so and you will then reinvest these points into choosing just how much of a flawless Sigma male you want yourself to be. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before you do any of that, you must choose an occupation. I almost exclusively play burglar and engineer.
Start praying, boy.
And don't
Oh,
worry, if you
sheesh. And also you can choose a... How do I see this? It's so small. A lumberjack occupation or the fire... What? Where's the fire officer? Oh yeah, it's the first one. Okay. Yeah, for newbies, I recommend you either choose the burglar because you can hotwire cars. But because you're a newbie, you ain't gonna find any cars. You know, you don't even know how to drive. But burglar is fine. Or you could be a fire officer and a lumberjack because of the X skill. The police officer, if you wanna do the guns and attract a lot of zombies to your area, sure, be my guest.
don't, it's okay, you know? It's not a crime to be a f***ing imbecile. Moving back to the trait screen, it's all about trade-offs. If you want to be the big, strong man, then unfortunately, you have to become an Italian. And if you want any other redeeming qualities on top of that, then it's time you decide just how high you value the ability to read. In my eyes, there are three goated ailments, being deaf, being claustrophobic, and being agoraphobic. Deaf is a given.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Everything is quiet until a jump scare plays at maximum volume. Then there
I know! I freaking hate that freaking jump scare sound. I like to play Zomboid in silent. I'm sorry, I'm a baby. Like, the zombies isn't scary, but the freaking sound effect just gets you every time.
There's being claustrophobic, which means you are afraid of Germans and being indoors. Specifically, being in the doors of small houses where the poor people live. When in warehouses or mansions, all of a sudden they aren't claustrophobic anymore, exposing that they are really just elitists that hate poor people. And then there's being a gamer that upon going outside and touching the grass will quickly devolve into a full-scale panic. Choosing the reasons for why you despise yourself is quite hard, so at first you will likely err to the side of caution by only choosing a few good and a few bad. However, play for the next 20 hours and you'll soon be saying, I was just reading through the Reddit and I've got a real nice meta build coming together, brother. If I pair Thirsty Fuck without a shade, Curvy Empowerment, Slow Healer, with Hearty Appetite, then I can finally have the app traits to live long enough to level my mechanic skills and finally get a car. If you're not ready for that level of commitment, then get off this battle bus and go spin up a random character. Random characters can be just as fun as custom characters because it's a completely randomly generated story every time. Allow me to give you a quick example. They once gave me a gymnast doctor who loved the great outdoors, fishing, hunting, but also being out of shape, smoking, and being a weak beta male. After 2
Mostly people will ask you to take the smoker because you just need like a pack of cigarettes. But if you can find some, your character will be in a nervous wreck.
hours of being alive, he stopped in at a Motel 6 to rest his lungs, but upon leaving, a
His
horde of zombies
lungs.
tripped him and he fell to the ground and was
Damn.
torn limb from limb. He lived a
No.
Chad life and he died a Chad death 6 hours in, an inspiration for youth everywhere. A statue
6 hours in. Moral of the day, do not touch grass. The zombies out there touching grass for you. I don't know what am I saying, but yeah.
will be constructed. Youth everywhere. A statue will be constructed in his honor when the new world comes to life.
Oh
Combat
man.
in this game captures the brutality that you would see in famous zombie movies. Sometimes you might get a clean one-hit kill if you're moodle free, but as your mental health declines, you'll have to multiply the hits to kill by like 10. Because mental ailments and
Yeah.
exhaustion can turn a fine blade into a balloon sword, and you'd be lucky if you could even give a zombie a haircut with this shit. I mean, look at this. Not to mention, these situations bathe the room in blood, and you may kill the zombie. However, what are the untold effects that this will have on your mind? You're definitely developing a hard case of PS4D in the future. Anyways, there are 2 situations for combat that you'll find yourself in. You're either fighting a couple of zombies, or you're fighting
The best weapon in the game, for me, I like the crowbar and the garden scythe, and also the fire axe. Though sometimes you'll need to use a frying pan to hit the zombies, but yeah, just all the funsies. One time I played a game and there's so little weapons around me. There's like, I survived for maybe 2 days with a girdle pan. Is it called that? The bunks are so weak. So if you have a 2-handed weapon, it's also kinda hard. I really like one-handed weapon stuff. 2-handed heavy weapon like a shovel, it sure is very good, and also the sledgehammer, yeah, sure, it's very good. But if you miss your swing, it's GG, guys. Especially with a horde of zombies, it's GG. Next character.
every single zombie there is. Luckily, if it's only one zombie, you can pretty easily just tip them over and give them the old wit willy. But if it's all
And also, oh god, I am doing a tutorial on this. I am so sorry. I can't contain the excitement, you know. I love Zomboid so much. If you tip the zombie down, and you can stand on them, and they won't get up, and they won't bite your ankles too. You just stand on them, and if there's like another one coming, you can just stand on this one on the ground and kill the other zombie, and then kill this zombie below your feet. Yeah.
all the zombies, the council advises you to run as far away as humanly possible, and then run a little further because the house you just tried to break in is protected by an ADT house alarm. You should have checked the lawn first. And although there
The dreaded house alarm, man. I hate those.
is a chance that you can take out a solid group of zombies when paired with the right weapon, there are more chances that you will die. If you hurt your foot, you will die. If you trip, you will die. And if you're
You will
fortunate,
die.
you'll live long enough to see the top right of your screen light up like a fucking Christmas tree, and your swings will have the speed and punching power of a geriatric athlete with joint pain, leading you to waddle for your life as a horde of zombies are 6 inches off of your back, desperately reaching for your cheeks. So the next time the council tells you to run from the horde, you run from the horde. Now let's dive deeper into the good stuff, the weapons of micro destruction, so to speak. Starting with melee, shovels are the best hybrid since God created the Hyundai Elantra. It's an eco-friendly solution that can both kill zombies and bury them immediately after. Simply put, this is
Amian.
Then we have
Amian, you could bury them. The best thing is you can bury your friends if they turn into zombies and make a grave of them. But I can't say I like the shovel. I love the crowbar more. And there's this legendary katana that you find like in The Walking Dead or something, like the Walking Dead movie. Yeah, this legendary katana that spawns so rarely. I never did like the durability of it, but it's a cool weapon. You can swing around.
the sledgehammer. The sledgehammer is the best thing since God created the shovel.
No.
Nothing exhausts you completely like the sledgehammer, and nothing can cave in a skull like the Ford sledgehammer. You've seen this thing around before in hit games like Tom Clancy's Pride 7 Paradise, the greatest FPS game of all time according to IGN, and the performance here today doesn't disappoint either. Cave in a skull, then knock down some walls or garage doors and just to demonstrate your masculinity in front of the zombies. You know what? S tier. Sledgehammer for president. Finally, for melee weapons, we have the frying pan. This is the best thing since God created the sledgehammer. You can cook with it, you can kill with it, and you can pray with it. Sun Tzu always said he uses the frying pan to defeat his enemies, and now so can you for the low price of $5.99. Now let's talk about
So true. So true. Help. At least the zombie virus don't transfer through the dirty frying pan, you know? You can use it to cook, and you can use it to bonk the zombies 2 in 1. The best weapon ever made. Yippee.
Now let's talk about guns in this game. I won't be giving a top 3 guns watch mojo list because almost every gun in the vanilla game belongs in the trash. I only like one gun, and that's the shotgun.
Shotgun. Yes, it's always the shotgun because it can take a horde. Yeah. It spreads out so wide that it can even demolish? Essentially make a horde disappear. And after you celebrate your victory, killing this horde of zombies, you might need to run away because the guns attract more horde of zombies. Hiya.
Shotgun is the only gun in this game that actually understands the assignment and does what it is told to do. I point, I shoot, the zombies die, simple as that. Now try to do that again with a pistol, or a rifle, or a magnum. You can't. Not unless you are so specced into aiming that you look down the sight and see the fucking future because you are a deadeye and a prophet. And if you are, I bet you can't tell me the numbers on the front of your mom's credit card and the 3 special digits on the back. That wasn't a question. You better start talking. Alright, anyways, I'll spare your ears from the 5-minute rant I just cut out about how bad pistols are. I just need you to take one more look at this for me. Do I really need to say anything else here?
He experienced
Wear as many
it.
coats and shirts as your mortal soul will allow you to wear. The health and staying alive aspects of this game are incredibly realistic, as I can now take up a pill addiction and maintain my alcoholism, which is actually a pretty solid strat for surviving in a zombie-infested world, by the way. When I get a little panicky, I take my beta blockers, and the testosterone comes running back into my veins. My hairline stops receding, and I go from beta to sigma male just like that. When I get
From beta to alpha male. I
get tired, I take my night-night pills
Okay,
and
continue.
collapse on the floor. And when I get a little depressed, I take up an alcohol addiction because it hits the trifecta of good living. For an original development
I
team of
know.
only a small
I wonder why. You're depressed, drink the alcohol. It makes you sleep better too.
group of Brits and Canucks, they really nailed the American healthcare system. Then there's the ouchies side of
Ouch.
health. Now I'm gonna be really honest with you here. I originally made this whole section of the video where I really broke down the health and ouchies part of, you know, keeping your character alive.
You know, when I first played the game, I have a lot of bandages. Like, a lot, until it's becoming a heavy load. I don't know why, I just like to rip the sheets, rip the clothes off the zombies. Totally not weird, you know. YouTube, this is a game, okay? And they are zombies. I'm sorry. I need it. I need the freaking bandages for my injuries and lacerations.
an ouchies part of, you know, keeping your character alive. And then after actually making all of it, I watched it back and realized, yeah, I was completely fucking wrong about almost all of it. So instead of reading the wiki and trying to regurgitate it to you, I'll tell you what I know for sure instead. If you sustain a workplace injury that gets infected, don't worry about it. They go away, this has never killed me. But now if you sustain a zombie-related injury that makes you queasy, you better start preparing your final rites because you're going to get an at-home checkup from the Avengers real soon. Unless, of course, you take my miracle cure. That's right, I, faceless YouTube man that you can totally trust, with a doctorate that I just made in MS Paint, have the cure to zombification. Now,
Don't tell me it's the Q button.
first I grabbed 3 bottles of bleach and then I chugged that shit.
Oh.
Food is also a critical part.
Oh. The bleach! Like, it's crazy that they have the option to chug it down. In a zombie apocalypse, totally can see that happening to me. Drinking it, thinking that it's milk. I wonder who the hell put it in the milk box. Hiya. By the way, have you guys ever heard of the lady that is obsessed with bleach? In the TLC show, My Weird Obsession, she used it so much that her clothes and furniture starts to deteriorate. I can't say that. She even... Okay. And she even used it to bath. Yeah, take a bath with it. Soak in bleach. Sheesh.
Of survival.
Oh, hot dog.
In the beginning of the game, you have all the food, but eventually the power grid collapses, leading all of the milk to spoil, along with any other fresh meat,
Not
fresh
the
fruit.
milk.
Pretty much anything that you should keep in fridges will spoil, and nothing will remain. Sure, you could farm,
Sad.
trap, or fish, but fridges will spoil, and nothing will remain. Sure, you could farm, trap, or fish, but what am I? Who am
The freaking
I?
fish!
Where am I? On Bill Gates' farmland? What am I gonna do? Plant plants and wait for them to grow like some fool?
Yeah, you can play Stardew Valley in a zombie survival game. And it's weirdly realistic. You have like those plant disease, so you can't put them together. I don't know if Build 42 still have that, but yeah, you have plant disease before.
Then cook it up in a fresh meal? Hell no, in fact. I once tried to cook a dish and I accidentally poured bleach in it because it quickly popped up in the pasta preparation menu. At which point I said, what? Am I gonna scoop that out with my hands or something? No, I cooked that shit and I ate it like a goddamn red-blooded American. And I died like a goddamn red-blooded American about 5 minutes later. There's only...
That's so fast! One way to end the zombie apocalypse. You think it's milk and you frigging put it in your tomato soup.
only one good option in the apocalypse, and that's canned beans. Bush's baked beans are the true zombie apocalypse food of the NBA. They satiate, they carb load, and there's a high content of vitamin D. Canned beans are S tier, no doubt about it. I'll also give honorable mentions to other canned products such as peas, spaghetti bolognese, and Lay's chips. That's it on food. With everyone dead, bolognese and Lay's chips. That's it on food.
Get yourself an abode, Alamo. Get yourself a house. You do spawn in a house, though. You could use that as your base, your first base. But if I want to give a good base location, you would want a gated community. Like, you need those tall gates. Not the baby gates. Those don't block zombies. It doesn't even block me. And you'll need to level up your carpentry skills to craft more wooden fences, so the zombies don't break the ones that you have. I don't think the high fences get torn down, even if it needs to be already made. If it's a man-made, you made the fence yourself, it gets torn down. But if it's in the game, it spawns without fence, the high fence, I don't think it ever gets torn down. Never survived that long. So yeah, find your abode in a gated community away from the zombos. Or you can live your life in the lush greenery in the woods in the middle of nowhere. I've never tried it before, but I think you can make your house in the middle of the lake. And after you tear down like one square area of the bridge, I don't think the zombies can go to you. You'll have a safe haven. And if you want to go to town, you just repair your little pathway, the little square area that you took before.
With everyone dead and you alone, there are so many options for where you should hang your hat in these troubling times. One option is to colonize a grocery store and barricade all the windows and doors so that no one can get in and you have exclusive reign over the pop section. However,
Yeah, for some reason, if you barricade the windows, the zombies will always go to the window. I don't know why. The zombies are very attracted to man-made barricades. And also now, I forgot to mention it before, since it is kind of like a survival game, Stardew Valley. Now with Build 42 update, you can raise chickens. Yeah, you can have chickens. It's even more Stardew Valley like.
doing this without proper experience can lead to a horde of shoppers reign over the pop section. However, doing this without proper experience can lead to a horde of shoppers raiding your home, forcing you to quickly abandon it because you have no clue how to defend against a horde. Option 2 is living in your car like a true baller. Car living is for wealthy men only. See this 1986 Acura Integra? You know why they call it that? Because it takes integrity to live in it. If Jesus was here today, he wouldn't have lived in a church's chicken. He would have lived in the Integra. It's got pockets for days, rolling storage, great gas mileage, good speeds, and you can drive it with only 3% engine condition and just keep flicking the engine back on as it fails. The whip never dies, it multiplies. It's car living or no living for this guy. Option 4 is building your own home. This is not a great option. I spent my whole playthrough looking forward to building a home with my own.
It's fun! You can build it in the middle of the lake, hey. You can also kidnap some furniture from your neighbors. If you like that gnome statue that your neighbors always brag about, in this zombie apocalypse, you can own that gnome statue.
Two hands Tommy they call me. Just my whole playthrough looking forward to building a home with my own two hands Tommy they call me, just fondling planks and laying pipe. However, after putting down all the needed floors, walls, and windows, I went to go throw up the roof when I discovered there are no roofs in this game. My dream was a lie, life was a lie, and the only way to make a roof was by placing floors on the roof, and the only way to do that would be making stairs, which requires level 6 carpentry. Too much carpentry, bad option. Option 3 is a good old
True, you need to level up your freaking carpentry. I think they changed it in Build 42. I haven't even played Build 42, but I've seen people play it and they say that the carpentry skills won't go up when you take down or dismantle stuff anymore, which is kind of sad because that's one way you can level up your carpentry skill. Now, maybe either making stuff or watching the TV. Yes, watching the TV on the Life of Living and finding carpentry books around. Maybe you go to a library or the school library, a bookstore, all the carpentry books you can find. Other than that, I don't know.
pillow fort, impenetrable, durable. Too much carpentry, bad option. Option 3 is a good old pillow fort, impenetrable, durable, no girls allowed, zombies be damned, no one is getting in here. Option 2 is reinforcing an affluent man's home over in the suburbs. This is much better than reinforcing a grocery store because it's usually a low traffic.
Yeah, like this kind of tall fences, especially this one, it's kind of like impenetrable. It's an impenetrable fortress. Just close this section and you'll own all the houses within it.
Area, and you can have things like a garage, better schools, and multiple stories. In fact, you don't even have to reinforce the first floor of a rich home because you can just put some ropes out the second floor windows, pull out that big hammer of yours, knock down those stairs, and now no one can get up to your room. However, eventually those ropes will be destroyed and you will not be home when it happens, breaking the only passage to get to your stuff.
True.
This shit, I'm moving back into my whip. There are an abundance of options when it comes to cars in Project Zomboid. There are vans, sedans, lowriders, trucks, and sports cars. As you already know, I feel very strongly about their dominance in the mobile living game, but I will heed great warning to those that enjoy fast driving. I've died many times at the wheel, crashing into various trees. I'm talking pine, oak, Christmas, birch, you name it, I've crashed into it. Additionally, if there are giant mounds of bodies conveniently laid in the street, it is 100% possible that you can send your car flipping violently if you do a sharp turn over said convenient bodies. So, Yeah, so watch out for that.
Whoa!
Additionally, I would avoid driving into crowds of zombies with your car in Project Zomboid. Make that real clear. A much better alternative is doing donuts to wipe out a horde with the sides of your car. You can maintain much better momentum and defy the laws of physics while paving over your enemies. 10 out of 10 strat right here. Now, actually getting a car is about...
I actually wanted to run zombies over with the car, but I held myself back. Because you'll damage your engine and your car will hate you forever and will do a cheeky little prank on you with stopping in front of a horde of zombies, offering you as a sacrifice to the zombies. So if you wanna run the zombies over, you either drive your car in a reverse and hit them with the back of the car, sacrificing a bit of storage space from the trunk damage. And yeah, or the donut skill, yeah. Just don't drive too fast. Am I nerding too much? I think I am. Sorry, I just love this game.
About as easy as everything else in this game, meaning not at all. Strat right here. Now, actually getting a car is about as easy as everything else in this game, meaning not at all. Did you choose burglar as your occupation? Dude, good for you. Now all you have to do is find an operational car, find a fuel can for that car, find another car with gas to fill up the fuel can for that car, and hope it never breaks because you sure as shit can't fix it, you fucking idiot.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Did you not choose burglar as your occupation? Well, now you must level both your mechanical to level 2 and your electrical to level 1. I have no clue how to level electrical because I only play engineer. However, leveling mechanics can be done by tearing driver's seats out of cars along with windows, trunks, doors, and everything else, then placing them back on. Reading a book on it helps, but finding mechanics for beginners is about as easy as finding the sequel to the Bible. Anyways, once you've got all that leveled, you do the same thing.
I think if you wanna do this thing, you might need to be a little bit pro in handling the game, in juggling zombies, and at least get out of the newbie title. I've never tried mechanics before. Just find a good fighting occupation and survival occupation. And then you start thinking about the mechanic skill and how to upgrade your car so that it can be a apocalypse mobile for you. You can farm those after you get a base. Get a very secure base.
Things as the burglar to get a car, and now you are home free to start driving. Now, my first experience driving went a little something like this. I whipped out the whip, drove it immediately into a fence, then into a tree, then into another tree, and then I was home free on I-75, not a care in the world. Hair flowing in the wind, full speed ahead, when I crashed into a police roadblock, still manned by the police, by the way, and totaled the car. It took 20 hours to get my first car, and 2 minutes to lose it. But what a ride it was. You see, my favorite thing about Project Zomboid is that one playthrough takes place all in the same world, kind of like the MCU or the Bible. By the way, you wouldn't believe how long it took for me to figure that one out. I thought I was just constantly running into vaguely familiar people.
If you wanna pick a spawn location, choose Louisville, the best spawn location you can ever have. Or maybe Rosewood.
With a lot of gear on them.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of retarded.
This therefore makes spawning in the same town repeatedly increasingly more difficult because you keep loading up your characters and then sending them to trip, fall, and die in the midst of a horde. But what this also unlocks is an opportunity. An opportunity to find your old character, kill them, and gain back whatever was on them at the time of their death. Although
I really like this one because all your characters are in the same same save file, right? You can put the first character to get on a dangerous task and make a base, and then after that character perished, you have make another character and get back to that base that you made previously. All the loot before is still there. You can still eat your canned beans.
Pretend this is very emotional. Most of the time it's just too damn funny how I died and what I must do to get all my stuff back. For example, one dark and lonely night, much like every night in Project Zomboid, by the way, I was stealing gas from a car outside of a chicken fillet when a horde snuck up on me because they're famously very light-footed and feather-like. I then tried to quickly run back to my car, but the prompt to hop in was not popping up and I couldn't see for shit so I was quickly surrounded and
Oh,
brutally
no.
murdered. Very angry, I now immediately sent my next character to kill the old character over at the KFC up the street. However, this character tripped while looking for our man like the clumsy f***ing fool he is and died. The next attempt ended similarly as our man jumped into the Zaxby's window and was quickly crushed by the clown car of zombies that followed him in. Now entering
Dang.
the third stage of grief, I began bargaining. All I
What fun. So fun.
need to do is just get a shotgun and then I can go run back to that Popeyes and plug our man, then loot his body later. Easy as that. When I entered the establishment, I ran in the door, shot ourselves smack dab in the chest, watched him fall to the ground, and then tripped and died in the corner. But being the
Oh,
buffoon
no.
I am, I was pumping my fist and rejoicing. You and I just saw me kill him. The next bit is easy, I thought. So I sent the next guy back to that Bojangles restaurant, yelled something about the American healthcare system, and all the Americans stood up and began running out of the Cluck and Bell, chasing me up the street. I then stampeded the massive horde into an IHOP where they got distracted by the new Mexican Tres Leches heart-stopping Mega Maximo combo, and I was able to sneak around the back and return to the Raising Cane's fried chicken establishment. Yet upon getting inside, I noticed the body of our old character wasn't there. The shotgun blast didn't kill him, and now he probably Hannibal Lectered his way out of the restaurant and into the wild where I would never see him ever again. This was a
Oh,
solid
no.
hour I lost enthralled in this little side story involving fried chicken, revenge, and shotguns. An experience you simply cannot get in any other game. The modding community for this game
The moment you see your old character in a zombie form, you'll be like, oh no, yes, my goods, go take it from them. You will never be remembered. Mwahaha.
Your loot before it will fuel the new me towards a new generation.
And then this one trip and fall into a horde of zombies. And then you make another character.
is awesome. There are so many mods that can in any other game. The modding community
The
for this game is awesome.
mods.
There are so many mods that can completely change and improve the game to be whatever experience you want it to be. Brita's Weapon Pack
Yes.
adds many new guns like LMGs, miniguns, RPGs, and even some guns from movies like John Wick and games like Escape from Tarkov, another masochistic game I love playing.
Get it.
Then there are ones such as my man Filibuster, who adds tons of new cars to the game and swaps them out for vanilla cars to make for some unexpectedly hilarious encounters when exploring the world. But my favorite mods are the meme ones crafted by people who've also lost their minds and are descending into mania. Mods exist that do things like make every loose item in the world a comically large object that has no business being that large, and
It's so
consequently
big.
also breaking the game and opening black holes in the map. You can turn jump scare noises into meme sound effects such as the Vine Move, BitConnect, Dr. Phil, and many more. You can make headshots play the
Hey, that's good. That's kinda good. I would want the meme noises in my zombie jump scare. I can't even say anything normally now.
bonk sound effect, or play the Yoda death noise upon your death in game. Add folding chairs as weapons, add traits for schizophrenia and Tourette's, or add boomboxes
no.
that add real-life copyrighted music to the game so that you can gun down a zombie horde to Feliz Navidad, or perhaps Country Roads by John Colorado. I could keep going forever, but there are just too many good mods to keep listing. With the latest update now,
Multiplayer, my favorite. The best thing is watching your friends screaming and running away from the zombies.
is a thing, and you can learn just how many ways you can be killed by your friends. Alright, real quick, I'm just curious, is there friendly fuck? Let's just run down the
Yeah, and you can PvP too.
list of some pretty common ones, shall we? Alright, real quick, I'm just curious, is there friendly fuck? Let's just run down the list of some pretty common ones, shall we? You know, everyday occurrences, multiplayer, real run-of-the-mill stuff. Could happen to anyone. You can be shot in the back of the head with 12 gauge on accident. You can be bit and put to death by a firing squad of LMG spray. You can just be having a gaff, closing the door on your friend repeatedly, and then be shot in the chest.
Damn!
Please, please, just a prank, bro. You may get into a little bit of a heated,
Just a prank,
Ludo
bro.
altercation.
Oh no. Is that a spoon?
Or perhaps be forced to chug bleach at gunpoint, after which the assailant will then set the house on fire to hide the evidence, run through that fire, therefore catching themselves on fire, and then running into the darkness where seconds later you will hear a faint noise of death. Alternatively, your friend may try to run you over in their sports car, to which you will shoot an RPG into their front windshield, kill them, and then shortly after die yourself. But how? Let's hop into the booth and take another look. As you can see right here in slow-mo, we kill the driver, but then the car keeps rolling towards us and then bumps into us, causing us to stumble and fire another rocket into the air. And as we are still stumbling, it floats delicately into the air, abiding to Newton's law of grenades, and then lands, blowing me up and the two zombies behind me, leaving everyone very dead. Finally, another very common scenario is being hit by a van and pinned underneath it, luring many zombies around the car trying to get at you, at which point your friend will then leave you to die, generously coming back to throw creepy sirens that attract more zombies, then leaving, and coming back to throw Molotovs that kill you and leaving, then coming back once more to light them up with a grenade launcher, killing everyone else. And to top it all off, they will have the audacity to move the car, stand over the bodies, then ask, "Hey man, you still alive?" He was then caught on fire and died himself. 10 out of 10. Project Zomboid is brutal, relentless, and will cause you untold mental instability and incredibly high blood pressure at times. But the constant immersion and pain and struggle makes this survival game more challenging and more rewarding than any other game on the market. You must leave this video knowing that this game is a goddamn masochistic masterpiece, and I highly recommend that anyone that hasn't tried this game try it now for the low price of $20. And if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. You are the best thing ever made since God created frying pans.
He loves the frying pan. The pan. Fleek. Ba